Hey. It's Thursday night, man. Thursday night. ATL Flat Football Podcast. We back in the building. Coach, you got my man, 5-star sports himself, Mr. James Reese in the building. What's up, James?
What's going on tonight, guys? What's going on?
And to my right, man, he said he was coming through tonight. Dwayne's gonna post a minute ago, man, what went down tonight prior to the show, man. But man of his word, Mr. Orlando, Mr. United. What's good, brother?
What's happening?
How you feeling, man? The tide.
It's actually already, if you want to see, it's already on my Facebook story, so you can check it out on my Facebook story.
Okay. But you know, I love a man of his word, man. A man of his word, man. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, brother. Yeah, man. So we'll bring up what the man of his word was about when we get to that game. But anyway, we back, man. We'll talk about week 3 here in a minute and week 4 predictions. But first, we're gonna go off the field as always. Mm-hmm. I saw your number 1 thing on your list because it was gonna be on mine as well.
Well,
go ahead.
We can go to the number 2 thing first because I think number 1 might be a little bit longer.
All right. What's number 2? I ain't seen number 2.
The Good Times Netflix animated series.
Oh.
Have you seen it or heard about it?
Is it out already? I just saw like pictures.
So it comes out on April the 14th, I believe.
Okay.
I watched the trailer.
Okay.
I will not be watching that animated series.
Oh, wow. Talk to me.
It's very... We know what Florida stood for in the original series. You know, she was a wholesome woman.
Goody two-shoes, she was.
We can call her Goody Two-Shoes.
Yeah.
You know, the cartoon is very, very stereotypically ghetto that puts us even a worse situation.
No.
There's a baby that's a drug dealer. And this is supposed to be the descendants.
I heard Steph Curry is the executive producer of this.
This is supposed to be the descendants of James in Florida, not the actual family. These are the descendants.
So that's the twist.
And then
Okay.
I just don't think we needed this because it takes away from what Good Times was trying to do. Okay. Even though we know they lived in the ghetto, they were poor, they were always trying to do their right and get out. Okay. And it's just, to me, it's just I didn't like the trailer. So I don't think I'll be watching it. I posted the link on my page if anybody wants to.
I need to go look at that, man. I haven't seen the trailer yet.
But it's very ghetto. It's very ghetto.
You gotta tune in.
That's disappointing, man. 'Cause, you know, that's literally my favorite show. I watch Good Times every weekend. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about to this day. Mm-hmm. It come on Saturday, and I watch it all day. I done seen every episode 1,000 times, and I'm gonna watch them. And I just that's my show, man. So when I saw the remake, I was kind of excited. Then my aunt hit me up and said, "Are you gonna watch it?" She said because Steph Curry was executive producer. But it ain't gonna be fair to the audience; they can't really see it.
This is from a fool who stares at his orange juice every morning. It says concentrate on the box.
So they trying to capture what JJ and Thelma had.
Yeah.
But when I watched the rest
so
of
it, so is it a TV show or is it a movie? What's it supposed to be?
It's a TV show.
It's a TV show. So, but her point was, she said Steph Curry is the executive producer of it, and he's never lived in the ghetto. My response was, but Norman Lear was the original executive producer, and we know he didn't live in the ghetto.
But
so
Norman
I can't
Lear
base it
didn't
off of that.
create it though.
He didn't create it, was his executive producer. Steph
Michael
Curry,
from, not Michael, but Lionel from Good Times created.
No, Lionel from the Jeffersons.
I mean, the Jeffersons created.
Yeah, and a guy named Eric Monty.
Yeah.
They were the
So
two creators.
they
Eric Monty really
did.
created it. He brought it up to Michael.
You know,
Yeah.
they used to that. Norman just put the money behind it because he was going to make more money. Mm-hmm. You know, but I just don't think that we needed that level of ghetto-ness and reanimated, messing up something. So, yeah, I'm good on it. I'll pass. I just don't think it did it any justice. Yeah.
Blessings on me.
Like I said, check out the trailer.
Over the top, my man said, "Say concentrate on the box."
So what now?
It did seem a little over the top. My man said, "It say concentrate on the orange juice."
Yeah.
That was big.
I mean, and it's a lot of cursing. It's a lot of cursing.
Really?
The baby's cursing. You know, at one point, the baby puts down the bottle and it's like, I need some more breast in my mouth. And then the
Oh,
guy
yeah,
was like,
that's not good times.
exactly.
That sounds like what's the show that Eddie Murphy did?
The PJ.
The PJ. That sounds like the PJs.
Right along them lines.
Yeah, that sound like the PJ. That don't sound like good time. Yeah, the PJs you can respect the hood. You know what I mean? The whole thing was about, you know.
So I just think that. Yeah, I'm not looking at that. So
Well, that's disappointing. I'm gonna still take a look at it to see how it goes, but it obviously not gonna be a part of my
the trailer. The trailer's about 3 minutes,
Okay, I'm gonna definitely
and
check
it's
it
gonna
out.
give you insight
Of what it's really about.
stupidity that they've come up with.
All right.
So, next topic
Yeah, man.
that's been dominating the news.
Dominating the news.
Hottest thing since Finding Willis got off. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, Sean Combs, whatever you want to call them at these days and age.
Right.
Take that.
Man. And the thing about it is, it just gets messier and messier by the day. So we know what he did. We know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I wrote him down. But the two messier things that came up today, the one that shocked me the most
Okay.
was the Cuba Gooding Jr.
What about him? I didn't hear that.
Okay, so now Cuba Gooding Jr. is now a co-defendant in the lawsuit. So the
And which lawsuit?
the Puff Daddy. He's
I know so many of them. He got like
but
5,
the
6 of them.
sexual assault one.
Which one? Hey, he got
Trey?
Well,
he got several of
the
them.
producer
He said, Trey.
is suing Puff Daddy. So he came out the day that P. Diddy's house was raided. Cuba Gooding Jr. was added as a co-defendant in the lawsuit. The producer alleged, make sure we use that word, that among the things that Puff Daddy was using him to get sex workers. And some of the sex workers that he would use to get was 16 years old. In another part of the suit, he alleges that one day he woke up in the bed naked with Puff Daddy and 2 of the sex workers, and he was groggy, and he had been drugged because he didn't take anything, and he felt like he had been violated while he was passed out. I'm pretty sure we can all imagine how he came to that conclusion. I mean, if you ain't boo-booed on yourself, it shouldn't be wet back there. I'm just saying. But then he also said that Puff Daddy was grooming him to pass along to his friends. One of those friends he was passed along to was Cuba Gooding Jr. He said they were on a yacht between December of 22 and January 23.
Stirring your appetite, brother.
And they were in the studio, and Cuba walks in, and Puff says, "Why don't you get to know him?" And Puff leaves out. He said when Puff left out, Cuba Gooding Jr. started grabbing him on his shoulders, touching him in the small of his back, putting his hand up his inner thighs, touching his groin, grabbing his buttocks and all of that. And he said he kept refusing, and Cuba just kept forcefully doing it, and to the point where he had to get physical to get Cuba off of him. But in addition to the allegations, he went back and got the video and posted the pictures of Cuba all over him trying to get away.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, I haven't seen it yet, right?
Uh-huh.
But here's my initial thoughts.
Okay.
You first said that he was drugged and woke up feeling a certain kind of way, right?
This was different separate incidents, yeah.
Here lies the problem.
Okay.
So if I'm drugged and I feel a certain kind of way when I get up, am I gonna go on a yacht party with this?
Well,
am I gonna go on a yacht party with these people? Come on, man.
Well,
I mean, that's my only problem with most of these stories.
Think about the things in totality.
Okay.
What he did to them, because it also came out when Ryan Cameron was talking about it today, is that there are videotapes of a lot of these allegations because Puff Daddy recorded everything. So in addition to all of that, now he's about to get in trouble for recording people without their permission. And so in that particular case, all the video footage is going to be made available. I saw the tape where he was at one of his parties. It was Puff Daddy, Usher, and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was hosting the party. And P. Diddy had his arm around Usher, and he was telling the story. He was like, yeah, man, you know, me and this guy right here used to wake up together in the morning. I mean, no. We used to wrestle over Frosted Flakes. And Kevin Hart was like, what did you just say? And there's a radio host.
Well, everybody knows Usher stayed with P. Diddy for a couple years.
Yeah,
you know, when as a young boy.
Usher has said that there's curious things that went on at the party, and he would not send his son there. Mm-hmm. But there was also the radio host, DJ, that came out, and I listened to that interview last night that said that he was at one of the mansion parties, and everybody in there was high off of ecstasy. Mm-hmm. Even him, he admitted to it. And he said he went down to try to find a bathroom and went down and opened the door, and Puff Daddy was in there engaged with another guy. I forget the name of the person. I had never heard of him. And then he said after that, you know, the security threw him out. And he said not only did he leave, he left the building immediately. He was like, he was scared. He got up out of Dodge. And so the other DJ was like, the host was like, well, aren't you afraid he's going to come after you? And he was like, well, that's why I'm telling the story, because I feel like as long as people know what happened, then if anything happened to me, they know who did it. So I felt like if I had kept secret, I might have ended up like some of the other people. Then there was also allegations that he had something to do with Heavy D's death.
I ain't heard that one. Where'd that come from?
It's a lot that's being revealed out of this. So, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more. And then there's the Arnez J situation that just came out today. I haven't.
Your lead change.
Those things hit the airwaves today. I didn't get a chance to see a lot of it, but I heard about that. Ryan Cameron was talking about it on the radio. Mm-hmm. And then there's the video, the pictures that 50 Cent put out. Mm-hmm. So this is deep. This is deep.
There's more? Oh, I thought you said 50 Cent.
I mean, I didn't get to see the stuff 50 Cent dropped today, so I can't speak on it, but it's out there. Ryan Cameron was talking about it.
Yeah, I saw that meme earlier. So listen. Go ahead.
Like I said, but the final thing was with Cassie. Mm-hmm. So remember, she came out and then he paid her in less than 24 hours.
Correct.
So it was revealed that she actually went to him before, and the lawyer said she tried to negotiate prior to, and he was dismissing her and brushing her off.
Right.
So then she went to the lawyer, told the lawyer all the stuff, and so then when the lawyer presented it, that's why he settled so quickly. However, when she revealed all the stuff to the lawyer, after she got her money, he was now obligated to report it to the police because attorney-client privilege doesn't cover criminal activity. And so the lawyer...
Since when?
Well,
it doesn't cover
all criminal activity. Let me say that.
Okay.
All criminal activity. So some of the stuff that was told to him, he had to report it, and so that's when all of it hit the fan.
He had to report it, right?
All of the evidence and things, because you know Cassie had evidence too that she turned over, and then he also said in the final of it, she didn't get 30 million, she got 100 million.
She cashed out real quick.
Yeah. So, man.
So, you know, I got a lot of thoughts on it, right? But my biggest issue is number one, is P. Diddy, you know, is he some kind of, you know, I don't even say creep, but he's, whatever it is, you know, the one thing I haven't heard is, outside of little reports here lately, nothing involved kids.
No, it does.
Well, I haven't heard
the sex workers that's
been
underage.
No, that's alleged.
Well, everything is alleged.
None of that.
Let me clarify that everything is alleged.
Yeah,
Mr. Combs' lawyers, these are allegations that we are talking about. We are not saying this stuff happened.
But we've never heard anything about sex trafficking up until recently. You know what I mean? That's never even come up.
But with R. Kelly, it just took one incident for everything to come out.
Well,
and not saying
it didn't take one incident. R. Kelly had a bunch of incidents. It never came out. It never got serious until the Surviving R. Kelly thing.
That's what I'm saying. Until somebody came forward.
No, they've been coming forward.
Well,
I'm just saying until
it was made public.
That came out.
Once it was made public, that's when everything came out. And I feel like this is the same situation. Once Cassie went public, now everything else is coming out. The allegations are coming out.
Them videos, man.
But there's video footage.
So my whole issue with it was this, they stormed this man's mansion like he was Escobar, El Chapo himself. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. They could have easily have knocked on the door and served a warrant.
Really?
But nobody, of course they would have. They're not going to refuse it. You got a warrant.
So it
didn't take what they did. They putting on a public show, and once again, and my issue with these things is how, all right, when Epstein got arrested, there was no raid on his houses like that. When Weinstein got arrested, there was no raids on his house like that. When them boys from Nickelodeon got arrested, there was no raids on the house like that. And these were all proven dealing with juveniles, dealing with kids. This right here, there was no. They're just talking about there may be kids, but all the accusations, all the charges are from adults. All of them. These were all, you know what I mean? So, but they didn't raid none of those houses like that. They didn't come in there with armed, all that BS they did. That junk was, come on. That was,
understand what
and
you're
then
saying,
and then they
Bo.
demolished the house. I mean.
They might have went overboard.
Oh, man.
But.
They went overboard based on who it was.
But.
Based on who it was.
Based on what he did, you can't, there's no such thing as, I mean, listen. And then, like I said, all of these are allegations. But there's also allegations of murder. My
point is, Drake and Josh, the little TV show, the boy from Drake and Josh, woke up to this, what's the dude's name from Nickelodeon, all on his stuff. Not like the dude that you talking about, who was a grown man. This is a little boy. This is a 13, 14-year-old kid getting fondled by a grown man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, that same energy wasn't presented to them like it is here. And that's what I'm just so disgusted about. And that's why I can't rock with it like everybody else jumping on. I can't rock with it just because I see the two differences. You know what I mean?
We are treated differently. I think that's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, man. But
we know this at this point that when we're involved in stuff, we are going to be treated different. So therefore, don't get involved in it.
But the problem is, we know they're gonna treat us differently. Why do we do it? And I harp on this all the time. We, as in our people, just go after our people way harder than they do. We try to do. I mean, we set fire to our folks, man. You know what I mean? They just sit back and just laugh and like, we do all the damage to our own folks, man. We do it all the time. But none of our people are talking about how what them folks are doing. You know what I mean? If I told you some of them people's names, we wouldn't even know who they are. Well, who was that? You know what I'm saying? Because it don't make the news like the Puffy did. It don't make the news like that.
You right.
They all over with this story.
I think Puff is a bigger name.
But we can't ignore it.
Then these billionaires, then these billionaire producers. You know what I'm saying?
All the producers though.
I'm saying the industry does. They know it.
Yeah.
They know it. But I'm just saying, some white folks don't know Puffy like that. They don't. I'm telling you, they don't. They don't follow that. They don't follow that. All of them don't follow that music. You know what I'm saying?
You know the man dancing in the video.
They don't. I'm telling you, they don't. They don't follow that. They don't. Yeah, man. That's my whole issue with it, man. I just hate that.
I understand what you're saying, but again, I don't have no sympathy for stuff like this. When you've done, if it turns out that he actually did what he's been accused of doing, I don't have any sympathy for how they did what they did.
They said they watched the video.
Well, yeah, I mean they saw the videotapes.
But you got to ask yourself, what is a sex worker? What's a sex worker?
Person that gets paid for sexual activities.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
So
they
this
use
the-
certain words and present them, but we know what they're
Come
trying
on,
to say.
come on, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Now they call them sex workers.
But-
they talking about the mule.
but they were underage.
I mean, like, come on,
I
man.
just learned what a mule was yesterday.
Really?
Well, they
don't
just
know nothing
arrested
about all
Young
that stuff.
Miami.
Yeah.
No. They just arrested when I was in the car waiting for you to get here.
For the pink.
The college boy. They stopped him at the airport with drugs allegedly trafficking for Diddy. Young Miami had the pink cocaine trafficking. I mean, these allegations are serious if they turn out to be true.
If only we had the history on the sex trafficking that went down in Disney World. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When they arrested, when they had a list of names of the people down at Disney who was sex trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? We don't know about it. We don't know about it because that junk just gets swept under the rug.
under the rug.
But they bring this stuff up.
They do.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That junk bugs me out.
It's wrong.
They got
Angelo.
like 20 some odd executives.
It's
Executives,
wrong, 100%.
multi-millionaires, billionaires. You know what I mean? They got all these photos going to Epstein parties. You know, come on, the list goes on and on and on.
But we can't say don't prosecute him because they didn't prosecute them. We can't say
That's
that.
the way that they're doing him.
That's all
You
I'm
know,
saying. It's just
Keep the same energy. I feel.
That's all
I
I'm
get
saying.
the same energy.
That's all I'm
Now
saying.
that part I do. Keep the same energy up. But we can't ignore it. And we can't ignore it. We can't ignore it. It's because again, why you even do? If you're doing it, why are you doing it? And
Well,
if you're not, why are you putting yourself in the situation
here's
to
what
be accused of it?
Here's what we missed on the why part. There's no excuses for it. If what he's accused of is accurate, but if you go back into the history, right, of P. Diddy, and you go and see who's been financing him over all these years, it's a rich billionaire. I can't remember his name. It's a billionaire guy, right? He's been the one that's been funneling the money to him through years. You know what I mean? He's been the one who put the money behind Revolt TV. He was the one who did all these things because P. just been making him money. So whatever he wants, zoom, there you go. You need this? Zoom, there you go. It's a white billionaire. Same billionaire was on the same docks at all the Epstein parties. You'll see P. Diddy with him. He's the same billionaire that he's the one to put the money up for P. Diddy to get his star on the Walk of Fame. So this guy was at all them parties. This is what he kind of was groomed in.
Well, somebody,
you know what I'm saying?
I was
He was kind of groomed in these rooms.
Said,
and so it's like, oh, that's how we do it.
Who started
He
it?
ain't
You know what I mean?
mentioning it.
No.
Yeah.
I feel you because I had a conversation. We was talking about it, and they was like, but if all of this stuff is true, somebody who did it to P. Diddy first?
That's all I'm saying.
That's exactly what they said. Because if he did all of this, you can rest assured somebody did it to him first, and he's just same way with R. Kelly. He was assaulted first, and then he got carried away. But I mean, I feel you, same energy, but I don't feel sorry. If it's true, I don't feel sorry.
I understand.
And
Sorry,
I think
but
it's
not
too
sorry.
much not to be true because of the videos.
Oh, yeah, the videos ain't gonna lie to you.
You can't,
Which you know, he should have known when the first lawsuit came. Burn all video. Everything should have been destroyed.
He had plenty of time.
Everything. We had a lawyer come in here the other day on Tuesday night, man, and she said, if they caught any video stuff at that point, oh man, you asked for it. Because your junk should have. You should have set fire to everything, or set that junk on a jet to Antigua or somewhere. Hey man, right with Russell. Hey,
So do you think somebody tipped him off? Because it was awful convenient that he was on the jet going out the country. I think because from the stuff that
I would
heard,
find it hard to believe they tipped him off and left his kids there.
That's
You know
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying.
I find it hard to believe. You know
Well,
what I mean? I ain't gonna leave my
Kids
boys.
in
No.
that type of situation.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't leave my
No.
boys there. And he left his
But,
sons
I
and
mean,
daughters with them.
If he did everything they said he did, he don't care about nobody.
I don't
A person like that
Your
wouldn't care
kids,
about
bro.
it.
I don't believe
Well,
that.
one of them ain't even here, so
Bro, he raised
I don't
them.
believe that,
That's
though.
just that's
Yeah.
the same thing, bro.
I don't know.
You ain't got kids, man. I'll never let
We would
All their life,
because
man.
we don't live that lifestyle.
We don't
But
live that lifestyle.
We
but,
see some of them people, they don't care. They think about themselves.
Now, if he had thought about himself, he already would be with Russell Simmons. You know what I'm saying? He already been gone.
Well, I think
you know what I'm saying? He been gone already.
Because he got a police on the staff, and they told him, "Look, they coming. We had the meeting. They coming to get you."
Hey man, but they didn't get him.
Cause
You know what I
he
mean?
left.
They didn't. You know, listen, if they wanted him, they would have got him.
Did you see that the flight went off the radar though? The Twitter user got up there and used their technology and found the flight. That story came out. The flight went off radar and they couldn't locate it. And the Twitter user went up there and found the jet.
It's crazy.
This is all crazy.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just we'll keep following the story, man. But you know, it's just crazy to me. But I have a hard time having sympathy for people who say things happen to them, but they never leave the environment.
Now,
to me, that's the whole issue with the R. Kelly thing. I have a hard time with that, John. That means, and even go back even to the Epstein thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a girl on there who claimed all these things, but she was with him for 7 years. It took you 7 years to realize you'll be. Come on, man. It's like, come on, man. I just can't.
But if you think about again the allegations in totality of the things that he allegedly did. You know, of course, there's also
allegations. If y'all subscribe and log into the YouTube, you can leave your messages. You got to log in to the YouTube.
Yeah, because the comments are dry, and we've been talking a lot, and they ain't got no comments. So make sure you get
watch
that
it, but y'all got to go into the YouTube. Got to actually go into YouTube.
Okay.
You sign to YouTube, you better get it.
And hold on, Gates, because they air at 24/7. So our people just want to play reporter as detectives and debate about some stuff they're clueless about. Was never at Diddy's house ever. That's a good point, Gates. But
a lot of them had they invited Diddy's house, they'd have been right there. Hey, they'd have been right there, front and center. Had they got that one invitation.
But if you know the person that's doing this to you and holding you on your head is also allegedly capable of making people disappear and die, that's a reason to. It
might be a reason not to talk. It's not a reason to continue to go through with it.
Well,
it's not a reason to continue to go through it. I'm not going to a yacht party. If you woke up this way and I'm going to the yacht party.
Listen,
come on, man.
If you know that I control your life and I can make you die just like Thanos.
Hey, man, you got to come see me, buddy.
See, I don't think a lot of them signed up knowing that was going to allegedly.
Hey, just like R. Kelly, this rumor about P. Diddy been going around for years. This just didn't start. We've been hearing about them parties and the stuff this Jew been doing for years, and then it was forced even more when 50 Cent started. 50 Cent was ripping into that jump for like 5, 6, 7 years ago. This just didn't start.
I didn't put it. But see, that was the thing, though. I thought it was just
right. Won't buy me.
I thought they didn't like each other and they were just making us. I ain't know nothing about all of this stuff until Cassie came.
50 Cent felt like dude trying to play with him now. Like that.
Yeah. And Mace did the same thing.
But see, it's like, well, I'm sitting in. Well, I wonder why Mace left. What you know what I'm saying? But I had no clue about any of this stuff before Cassie.
Yeah. I seen Columbus Short say he got away.
Justin said, "Man, I'm just listening in shock, like wow." So I'm guessing the T.I. and Tiny stuff had nothing to do.
Had nothing on this
situation.
They got acquitted though, right?
A black man comes up with some allegation. It feels like a public lynching, but we always get dragged through the mud.
Facts.
I mean, it do feel like that.
Like a public lynching.
But again, we can't feel sorry for them for the allegations if they true. You know, I haven't heard of any public lynching that they went through where it didn't turn out to be true.
It's the way they do it, though. It's like, oh, we got one over here. They finna goddamn put you out there.
Yeah. It's like I said with R. Kelly, these girls are still waiting around for him.
But
girl is still think they got his baby.
Yeah.
So if you think he did
and still in the R. Kelly thing, just like this thing right here. Everybody watched gangster movies. You don't watch TV shows for years. People understand now what the RICO charges are. Have you ever in life seen a RICO charge for one person? It's never, go look it up. It doesn't happen. When you have a RICO charge, that means we're going to bring in everybody, your mama, your aunt, your cousin, your granddaddy, your brother, I don't care who it is. We bringing in everybody. And we're going to make everybody tell, you know what I mean? RICO charge don't happen for one person. It was one person on a RICO charge. That junk does not happen. It does not happen, man.
So you saying Puff Daddy out there by himself?
That's how they did R. Kelly. With Puff Daddy, they coming in with a whole nother angle. They're using the current stream of sexual assault because right now we all know that's
the Me Too movement.
That's hot. It's hot right now. You know what I mean? So that moves. That's all we need right here. And so if I'm gonna use sexual assault and sex trafficking, I put those two together. I demonize you immediately. Immediately, whether you innocent or guilty, you're completely demonized.
With that
now.
being said, do you think,
bruh, it's over with?
Trump is about to be demonized because there was a collage today.
Everybody except 45.
But no, there was a collage today
catching
with
Trump,
Trump
man.
and Puff Daddy and all these different pictures with them
Man, they ain't
together.
catching Trump.
Who spread it?
Huh?
Boom. They're not gonna spread it. This is my point about the Weinsteins, the Epsteins. All their people don't do what we do. They don't do it. They want to put that junk under the rug as fast as possible. We won't do it. We come. Hey man, we. Hey. Change the whole story. Oh well, in that case, you know what I mean? That's how they do each other. We just, and I feel what you're saying. I don't. It's like,
so
but I just don't like how we do it, man.
But we gotta have. I feel like we gotta have the same energy both ways. Like, I mean, it's up to us to drag the Weinsteins and all them through the mud.
But the reason, but let me ask you this question: how do we know so much about this story? How do we know so much about it?
The news reporting it.
Boom. Who owns the media? What kind of white folks?
We rich ones.
Jewish folks.
Okay.
What's Epstein? What's Weinstein? What's the, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they will not allow you to destroy them. They say, no, you're not gonna do that. It's like, you know what I mean? You got a brother, you know what I mean? Hey, somebody else might be, you can talk about your brother, but hey, you not gonna talk about him. I'll be like, hold up, partner. You know what I'm saying? You ain't talking about my brother. You know what I mean? We just had a fight. It don't even matter. You not gonna talk about him. You know what I mean? Facts. And that's how they protect each other.
Facts.
That's how they protect each other. Hey, we'll talk about it. Y'all not gonna do it. But us, oh, forget about it.
So we're gonna keep this in the family.
We're gonna keep it in the family. You know what I mean? And that's how they do it, bro. That's how they do it, man. Anyway, it's gonna be something for a while, man. I don't know, man. It's ugly.
Can we just stop getting caught out there, though? How about that?
Stop getting caught out there.
Listen, y'all, I'm showing Angela, the internet will never be defeated because they're
not undefeated now.
The memes that they come up with.
Hey, one out there, man.
They gonna meme you up. Boy.
Hey, facts. Hey,
that's
big
a
fact.
good one, though.
Which one? This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I like that movie though.
No, I still like
that Predator.
I still like the other one better. Like, that, bro, that's dope. Bro.
It is. This is AI. I think this one's AI though.
But still, though, bro.
But they got another one
That's
of him
dope.
actually running that I didn't get a chance to pull up. It's crazy. Let's see. Another thing. Why is nobody ain't doing right? Like, why is this always coming out, or that someone doing something criminal all the way? From T.D. Jakes, Bonnie Willis, Tyler Perry, Bill Cosby, P. Diddy. Who's next? Well, we gonna find out because according to this, there's a lot more people connected to this. Like I said, if you just tuned it in, Arnez J was linked to it, Cuba Gooding Jr. was linked to it, Young Miami has been linked to it,
but none of the white folks.
But with the video evidence, well, they did get the white football guy, the mule. Today, that just came out today.
I'm talking about the ones who
important.
The ones who are important. The ones who got that money.
You classify him as a mule, he not important. Come on, man.
Huh?
Right.
Because, you know, there's also some allegations that Jay-Z is involved. So,
Well,
hopefully,
him and Jay-Z were boys for a while.
I'm
You
not
know what I
gonna
mean?
say
They
hopefully,
all
but-
part together.
Hey, he said the right thing. He said no more privacy. Everything gonna come to the light. That's right.
Yeah.
it is.
Son-
It is.
the
And
music
that's
gonna
my
snitch.
only thing. That's why I come back on. Stop getting involved in this stuff if you don't want to be dragged down like this. Now, we're not talking about some, you know, you and your girlfriend got into it and they hit you with domestic assault like they did Majors. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about that, you know, but this type of stuff.
Well, I'm gonna say this. We're gonna move to the football thing. I'm
Okay.
gonna just say, and I've said it's about like these young bucks. You know what I mean? Coming up, like these basketball players and all that stuff. You know, normal people, the average people, we can't relate to what happens in certain environments. You know what I mean? When you're around people that got B's by their bank accounts, you know what I mean? You know, when money is just unlimited and everything, and everything that they want and desire and think about and dream about is right there. We can't really relate. So we don't really know what makes, you know what I mean? It's like, that's why we're talking about judging these young bucks about what they're doing and getting them first million. Hey man, you know, when was the last time you were 20 years old and had $30 million in the bank? If you haven't, you can't relate to what these guys are doing. You know what I mean?
No, I'm finna blow some money fast, boy.
Hey, just imagine, bro. At 20 years old, you go from, you know what I mean, catching the bus at school to, you know, $30 million in the bank.
Shit, 20 years old?
Bruh. I mean, so it's hard to relate with some of these guys, man. Now, it doesn't excuse you mess with kids. I'll never rock with nobody who willing to mess with, you know, these little kids. You know what I mean? That's beyond. You know what I mean? But the parties and, you know, the sex workers, it's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? You got guys, if you want to really say what sex workers are, bro, you got guys who driving the trash trucks, got quote unquote sex workers that we really rocking with. I mean, come on, sex workers, come on, man. We talking about somebody getting paid to have sex. That's what we talking about. We talking about Magic City, Blue Flame. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
That ain't the same thing, though.
It's the same thing.
It ain't.
What's that
Now
the
you
same
talking
thing?
about a stripper versus
I don't
somebody who's
think, like I
engaged in
said, they're
sexual
using
activity.
sex workers in a way that
Listen,
we're not thinking of.
I
mean, and
I have the security contract in Magic City. Okay, I see what goes in and comes out of that joint all the time.
I know it going in the back.
I'm talking about not in the back. I'm talking about, the stories I could tell you about these quote unquote sex workers. Hey, jokers that come in this club, man, with a backpack with $200,000 in it. They coming in the club with a backpack with $200,000 in it. You think they're not leaving with 3 or 4? And so once they go home with them, are they considered sex workers? That's my point.
You right, I got
That's
you.
my point.
Understood.
But I think at that
I ain't
point
on
we're
that
not
level.
calling them sex workers.
I'm not
we're calling them
spending-
prostitutes.
But that's tell me what the difference is. Tell me what the difference is. It's the same thing. That's all I'm saying. But they're making it sound bad. They just making it
Lot
sound
lizards.
bad.
Justin called them lot lizards.
It's the same, man. It's the same thing, bro.
Well, I'm sure by next Thursday we'll have about 4 more names to talk about.
Yeah, I'm
added
sure.
to this list.
I bet you everything will come to the light by next Thursday, boy.
Anyway, man. Yeah, this did go extended. We let's jump right into week 3, man. 5-Star Sports. Week 3.
Man, let me get my
I saw some really good games out there at what was it, McNair?
No, we were at
We
Carver.
were at Carl. Yeah, we were at McNair the week before that.
You know,
Couple games. I was shocked about the outcomes.
I felt like, you know, we was gonna have some really, really interesting matchups at McNair. At Carver, and I was looking forward to those games. So, and no disrespect to any of the McNair games, but I think most of all the games turned out the way
As predicted.
As predicted. There was, however, one surprise upset.
It wasn't mine, because Billy called to let me know.
So we'll quickly. I
Billy
don't
called
want
me right
to spend
away.
too much time over at McNair because there just wasn't a lot to talk about.
Okay.
But I'll go through your picks real quickly. For the first game we had 4-4 Raiders. You and Dwayne both picked 4-4. 4-4 covered that, I think 20-0. 22-0. And then
To the Raiders, they donuted them again. God,
let me get the
Raiders.
scores up. I don't want
Say it
nobody
again.
jumping on me.
That was the game that led to the donuts being brought to the podcast.
You know what? You're right.
That was
You
the
remember that,
game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They brought them fresh and warm.
Them boys fool for that one.
That was the start of the donut series.
Yep.
So the second game on the schedule over there.
Scared to say
So it was
smoke
22
player,
to 0.
22
the
to
second
0.
game was 4-4 in LOZ. You both picked 4-4. It was another 22-0 game. So moving right along.
Say nothing to see here.
We're going to skip past the next game and go to the LOZ Smoke game.
Okay.
You both picked Smoke. It was 20-6. So as expected. There was Predators and Patriots. You guys both picked Predators. What? Wait a minute. Was that the upset? No, you both picked Predator. He's like, You both
So
picked
what Brady got
Predators.
going on, man?
Right.
It was 24-7. Smoke and Outcast. Now, the surprise there was Outcast's defense was really, really good. The score was 6-0, though. Smoke won that. And then the last game was Outcast Predators. The scores was 28-0. So all of those
That's
games,
the one
you
Billy
and
called me
Dwayne
on. Man, Outcast.
picked. But we go back up to the Raiders at the Patriots. You guys both picked the Raiders. Patriots, Brady waived some contracts, got down below the minimum, so they became eligible for the attrition. So they brought in, he signed some new free agents that was out there.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the Raiders fell victim to those new free agents.
Really?
The Raiders lost 7-6 to the Patriots.
The Patriots.
To the Patriots.
Well, scratching the head over there, man.
That, no matter what happened at Carver, that was the upset of the season so far.
Wow.
Nothing against you, Patriots, but let's
God,
be
Brady, you
real.
gonna let them do you like that?
That was the upset of the season.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Boot didn't call me. Boy, he usually call for stuff like that.
Jay, you know, never mind. I'll tell you.
The Raiders, Now I will say
So wait a minute. So the Raiders went 0-2.
the Raiders went 0-2.
Ooh.
Now, again, I always let people know, not to say that it makes a difference or not, but the Raiders were without a couple of their both of their captains, who were away in another tournament, and I believe another player. But I mean, still the Patriots.
Next man up.
Hey.
But it is what it is. So yeah.
So how many did they add? Did they add to their roster?
7.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a whole new team.
Yeah, because they only came with 8.
So yeah, so they was way below. So but shout out to them now. As far as we can move over to Carver. Now at Carver, we had some, I say stiffer competition in the games. We'll start out with the. Okay, here we go. First game over there was.
Did you load that up yet, Dwayne? Make sure we load that up now. That text I sent you.
Joe World at DOA. You guys both picked Joe World in that one. The game was 12-zip. Joe World won that, but DOA didn't just lay down in that game. It wasn't like they just walked all over them. They just had some errors, some mental mistakes to where they probably could have made it more competitive score-wise. But it was definitely competitive on the field. But Joe World took that one 12-zip. The next game was Joe World at Georgia Elite. This was a really good game. And Angelo, you took Georgia Elite. Dwayne, you took Joe World. I think the tone of this game got changed by the opening play of the game. And I think it made a difference on the final score because the opening play of the game was a Brady play. And so,
Gracias por seis.
yeah, and so that gave one of the teams a score that then put the other team ahead and put them behind and happened to dig out of a hole, which at the end they did not quite overcome. But it was an extremely competitive game down to the wire. Joe World pulled that one out 14-11.
Oh, wow.
So, so you take away that opening 7 points. We're looking at 11-7. Not saying that Joe World wouldn't have scored anymore. Not saying anything would have changed, but we definitely have a different game without that opening pick 6 by Montel. But shout out to Georgia Elite. They fought through it. They clawed through it. They came back and they played a good game.
Okay.
The next game we had was Fly By Night at DOA.
Okay.
Fly By Night found out the morning of that their quarterback wasn't going to come. Their quarterback has been burst onto the scene, really, really, setting trends. So they had to use Stewie, who in all of my time running the league, I ain't never seen throw a pass.
Oh, wow.
He normally plays rusher and line, but, he got back there and played quarterback. And it wasn't like he was just lobbing balls, but he was literally standing there throwing balls, standing in the face of the rush, throwing completions. I was really impressed by, his ability to play quarterback because I never knew he played.
Hey man, Stu athlete. We actually practice at the same place, so we scrimmage a lot.
But had you ever scrimmaged with him playing quarterback?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Boy athlete, I give him that.
So yeah, he definitely showed out. So with that being said, Fly By Night won that game 12-0.
Okay,
Whoa,
Stu.
really?
Okay, Stu.
Yes. Like I said, he won't just dinking and dunking. He was standing there throwing.
Who picked who on that game?
So in that game, Angelo, you picked Fly By Night.
I thought I did. Okay.
Dwayne, you picked DOA. So in the next game,
Wait a minute. Gates said, James, put that excuse for them folks to sleep.
I
please.
do not put excuses. I just merely tell the facts. I did not say that was the reason they lost. I just said they weren't there.
Gates, ask James who Vegas is though.
So in the next game, we had Fly By Night and Georgia Elite. You both took Georgia Elite. In this game, Fly By Night kind of sort of self-imploded. There was, they didn't have their full team there. There was a little, inner team arguing. One of the players left early in that game, so that took them down. I think they had 10 players.
Because of arguing?
One of the players. No, they had 11 players.
You said
11.
QB took the balls too. God, dog.
So one of the receivers left, so that took them down to 10 players.
He said that QB took the ball.
And then later in the game, there was another argument, and another player left. So now they were down to 9 players. And then got into another situation where Stewie left. So now they were down to 8 players with the starting and the backup quarterback gone.
What the world they got going on?
But so it was 6 minutes left in the game, and they were down 14-0. And one of the wide receivers had to come back and play quarterback. And so there was and this was what I was talking with you about earlier, Orlando. There was a call they said that wasn't made. And they spent so much time arguing with that call that it allowed them to get themselves out of the game. And so, I went over and I tried to explain to them, I'm like, listen, whether the call was made or not, you can't let that dictate the rest of this game. You guys have a big play offense, and you can move the ball, so just focus on that. So DJ, the wide receiver that came over to play quarterback, they scored in 4 plays. And so then it was 14-6. They missed their extra point. Georgia Elite got the ball back. They stopped them. They get the ball back. and then they drive right back down the field in a couple of plays.
Wow.
They get within the end zone. They get, I want to say he was out at the 20-yard line. It was like 3rd and goal. And the quarterback threw the ball in the end zone, and it was incomplete. But he had a lineman about 10 yards in front of him that would have caught the ball. And if he caught it, he would have got a minimum of 10, possibly 15 to put them down inside. And then also, but instead he went for the touchdown, and they missed it. So that put him at 4th and goal, and at the 20. And then on 4th and goal at the 20, they were able to pressure him, and Fly By Night wasn't able to score. But the point that I, talked to them about after the game is that you had 8 people and you still moved the ball and got down there like that.
Yeah.
You took yourselves out by focusing on that one play that had nothing to do with the outcome of the game. That play happened with maybe like 10 minutes left in the half.
All right.
And so, but definitely Georgia Lee took care of business in that. And
But shout out to Fly By Night to keep playing though. Shoot, most would have just walked off at that point. Everybody left.
Yeah,
shout out to them
to
keep competing.
I definitely continue to say that with their full team, Fly By Night is definitely gonna open some eyes out here. Okay. So I would not suggest any team remaining on their schedule overlooking them. Don't y'all have them next week?
I think we do.
Okay. Don't overlook them.
Gotcha.
So the next game on the schedule was Outsiders versus Rare Form. Angelo, you picked Rare Form.
King Leo said he
Dwayne,
called 3 penalties in a row.
Of course, I was not at liberty to say that they had a quarterback change. And so I knew this when y'all were making your picks, but of course I couldn't reveal that. Needless to say, the game was 12-6.
Who won?
So Outsiders got their first win of the season. The quarterback change made a big difference. But what I will say is that
That was Rare Form.
Rare Form. What I loved to saw when I was looking over on the sideline, Charles was actually over there on the sideline mentoring the young quarterback, helping him out. He wasn't bitter. He wasn't, pouting because he wasn't the quarterback. Like, I looked over several times. He was sitting over there talking with the young man, trying to coach him up. And, it worked out. They won that game. So, because we had seen their defense wasn't the issue. Their defense had been holding opponents all season. It was not being able to score. So,
I think I watched that game too.
Yeah. So,
Outside got a brand new team, basically.
Yeah.
I ain't recognize most jokers over there.
They got a new piece. A lot of new pieces.
The next game was Outsiders and Swamp Bucks.
That was a good game.
That was a really good game. Angelo, you picked Swamp Bucks. Dwayne, you picked Swamp Bucks. That was a close game.
Mm-hmm. Came down to the end.
Came down to the very end with a 1-point difference.
Mm-hmm.
Score was 13-12. Outsiders got their second victory of the season.
2 in a row. Yeah, I watched that one.
Them 2-0 weekend feel good, man.
Yeah, I watched that one. That
And
came down to the end.
Was Rare Form.
But let me ask you a question though. Swamp Bucks. Do you have any intel on what happened to the other quarterback? The big dude.
The one we were talking. I do not. I don't know. DJ.
Because that's the difference in that team right now.
If you watching, Cole, if you watching, Angelo was wondering where your second quarterback was.
Yeah, that's the difference in their team right now. I mean, I always like DJ as a trigger man, but having the other guy there kept them kind of balanced. You know what I mean? And kept them. Yeah, and he could make the deep ball throws.
One of the things that I saw was that, and I mentioned it to DJ as well, so it's not like I'm throwing him under the bus, is that, and his team is that he's an extreme athlete. He'd be running the ball, he'd be moving the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But just like with anybody, once you get inside the 20 and the 15,
gotta play football.
The running lane's closed.
You gotta play football. Yeah.
Then you gotta throw the ball a little bit better than you run it because those running lanes are closed. There's not as much field to defend. And so, but.
I was wondering what happened, buddy, because like I said, I thought that 1-2 combination was really, really made them really dangerous offensively.
So with that being said, Rare Form took that game 8-6.
Another close one.
Another close one. Then we had Swamp Bucks at United. You know, Angelo, you picked Swamp Bucks. Dwayne, you picked Swamp Bucks.
I forget both of y'all.
Lando, you picked United.
Forever.
So tell us about that game, Orlando, since you're here.
Bottom line, we ain't come to play, man. We had a lot of people, including myself. We showed up late, probably 10 minutes before the game. It just, all in all, we just didn't come to play, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that.
And, I see that often with a lot of teams when players tend to show up right before game time for whatever reason. They don't come out and play the same.
Did y'all
We
underestimate
didn't
them?
have the right energy.
Did y'all underestimate them? That's why folks showed up late or what?
I can't speak for everybody else. I can only speak for myself. I was stuck in traffic. Like, I left an hour before the game and got there 10 minutes before the game, and I was right in Buckhead, which is 15 minutes from the field.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I say that happens a lot. I see people, I live 10 minutes away, so I don't have to leave as early. But then when you don't account for that traffic, it can hinder you. Yeah. But because I always tell people, no matter what, you should be at that field at least a minimum of an hour before that game.
Oh, Rashad said he went across seas. He was deployed. Oh, okay. I didn't know he was a soldier.
All right, thank you for that.
Appreciate your service.
Because we didn't know.
Yeah, absolutely. God bless, brother.
Definitely thank you for the service.
Ricky Dobbs. Okay. Appreciate that 4-1. That makes sense. I was wondering what happened to Buddy.
That's big.
Yeah.
My father-in-law he got deployed too.
Really?
Yeah. Just checking up on any of the comments.
Billy said I live an hour away. I leave an hour and a half.
I'll mention that, Leo, in the fly-by-night game, there were 3 penalties called in a row on there.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Now, there were penalties, but there were 3 in a row, and that really took them out of their place. So, and that really frustrated them.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I told them you got to keep it together, because once they got it back together, they went right back to work as if nothing had happened. So
against a quality team.
It is. Now, I don't know if they knew DJ could play quarterback, but if they didn't, they know they got a third quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So you got to work with that. That can be some good trick plays.
Yeah.
So we're back to Swamp Bucks and United. So United, surprising. Swamp Bucks won that game 6-0. And then we have, and actually that was the game of the week. But then we had United and Shockwave.
Let y'all boys off the hook.
But United and Shockwave. Dwayne, you picked your Shockwave. Angelo, you picked Shockwave. That game right there, I watched that game.
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes one play can change the entire thing. Coaching, whatever it is. And literally, that game came down to the last play of the game. It was 4th and goal at the 2-yard line. Right before the play, I was standing next to Art, and I looked at this setup, and I said, Art, if I was them, I would bring in an extra blocker here, because having a protection for the quarterback in this situation is more important than having that many options, because the game on the line. And this is a huge play.
Mm-hmm.
And then the play happened, and the rusher got through. He didn't get to him to pull his flag, but he got to him quick enough to make him release the ball a little sooner than he wanted.
Right.
And he threw the pass, which was dropped. But even if it was caught, he wasn't in the end zone. So I don't think.
No, he was in the end zone.
No, he wasn't. He dropped it before the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't in the end zone. And that was the second thing I noticed. I was like, but the rush made him throw it sooner, which made it. And so that's why, and I said something to you, Orlando. I said something to Justin. I said, man, Justin, I think I would have bought an extra block. He said, man, Orlando just told me that.
I said it when we was on the 20, right before we passed the 20. I said, bro, we need to bring an additional blocker. We kind of second guessed it.
And this is why you have to not waste timeouts also, because Orlando said they didn't have any more timeouts. I probably would have called the timeout right there to make sure we were all on the same page for that.
I mean, they did it for us though. They called a timeout for us, so we had the opportunity. We just second guessed ourselves, man.
Oh, you called a timeout for that play, Angelo?
Yeah, he was out there nervous. You ain't see him. It took him forever to get off the field.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, because they played y'all really good, Angelo. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me go back. Cause who y'all played before that? Oh yeah. Rare Form wanted me to point out. Shockwave won that game 8-6, but Rare Form wanted me to point out that Shockwave's offense did not score. That was a pick 6 that won that game for them.
Rare Form wanted to inform me about that?
Yeah. They wanted everybody to know that they held up against the mighty Shockwave. And, even though Dwayne came, they was like, he won't really affect
there you go right there, man. That's the result of that loss. Look at that. Yeah. That was the pregame bet Orlando made.
That's what you said.
That's that pregame bet Orlando made, man.
Hey, man, I'm a real one, though. I paid my debt,
But he came up here and paid his debt, man.
He did. So, but
no, they did.
So
but
tell us about it, Angelo.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
Not the Rare Form game. We over that. This United game.
Yeah,
because they really played y'all good. What did you see?
But why would Rare Form be talking about United's defense?
No. Rare Form.
They were talking about y'all.
Oh.
You didn't score on them. That was a pick 6.
Who we played first?
Rare Form.
You skipped that game. You already talked about Rare Form game?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I won. We moved right on. I just remembered I was asked to make sure I pointed that out because their defense played good against y'all, and that was a moral victory because your offense didn't score. So,
I will say this: I don't like to discredit anybody, right? Mm-hmm. So if that's how they feel, I'm good with that. We said last week we were working on a new offense in these games, and that's what we did. And we ran.
Oh, so y'all
offense.
use the teams that y'all feel like aren't quality to work on new stuff against. Is that what you're saying, Angela?
I'm just saying.
You guys were so irrelevant that they came up with a new offense.
I'm just saying
to practice against.
We came into this week. We came to this week saying we're gonna work. We're gonna work on some things. We're gonna work on some things, and we're just gonna stick with it. Because a lot of times we try to work on some stuff. Amos to get frustrated and just want to go back to the regular. You know what I mean? But we decided, no, let's just stick to it. Win, lose, or draw. Let's just work on stuff that we trying to get. Work on this new stuff and make it work. You know what I mean?
Was this against Rare Form or both teams?
It was.
Because I'm ready to call Cappy. You say the wrong thing with that.
I'm just saying.
So, Angela, I'm sorry, Orlando.
No, I watched film, though. That's what I'm saying.
You were new offense.
I watched film.
You weren't a threat.
So they ran these same plays the week prior. You know what I mean? So,
but we didn't run the whole game. We probably didn't run the whole game.
Bro,
I promise you,
I
we
watched
did.
the film. I will.
The week prior, we did
my-
not run the same offense the whole game. Last week we did the entire game.
Wow.
So I'm cool with that.
Okay.
But Rare Form played. They played fairly well. I won't take nothing against them. Like I said, I'm not.
All y'all plays in the chat.
I'm not. I don't discredit anybody. They played. Our defense scored a touchdown. Now the pick 6 we got was because when they scored on that first drive, Charles dropped the interception, and his brother didn't, and his brother overplayed the ball. Both of them took the interceptions, and left them 2 more plays and ended up scoring. They shouldn't even score if either one of them picks happened. But his brother said to me, he said, "Don't worry, Coach, I'm gonna make it up. I'm gonna get you one."
Okay.
And that's exactly what he did. He got me one. And so,
So,
I don't care how a win happens. You don't take,
what Angelo just informed us. Patriots and Patriots and Fly By Night, they're gonna be working on new offense
We
against
are.
y'all. So because you guys
I ain't
are
gonna lie
not
to
a
you.
threat.
I ain't gonna lie to you. We are. Not because they're not a threat, because we're trying to work on some stuff. You know what I mean? Because we know folks study. And so we got to show something different. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Especially when we come to the tournament and stuff. You know?
Gotcha.
So we try to work on stuff.
Okay.
And I would just tell everybody to do the same thing. You know what I mean? And when you play in the season, try to fix stuff. You know, sometimes people get so tunnel vision, and don't work on anything.
Some people are in playoff fights. So
Well, if you're in a playoff fight, that's a different ballgame. But
just randomly throw out new stuff without caring if they win that game or not.
Well, and keep in mind, they don't necessarily have to, James, because all of them have been able to play. Y'all have been able to play for the last year. We haven't been able to play, so we hadn't really had the first time we tried the new offense was in the doggone tournament. You know what I mean? And so we really had a chance to.
So y'all need more reps. What you saying?
Yeah, we gotta. That's the only way you're gonna do it. We gotta get reps in. So but we committed to saying win, lose, or draw. This is what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
Fly By Night said, okay, they're gonna be working on some new stuff against y'all too.
I ain't mad at you. Do what you do. Hey, do what's best for your
Justin
squad.
said you guys were the first D1 teams that they faced.
Huh?
Justin said you were the first D1 team that they have played, other than now full.
Now just understand. Come playoff time, it's a different mode. So,
okay,
that's all I'm saying. We get geared up. We'll get geared up.
Man, if we play y'all the first half like we played y'all the second half, bro, y'all lose that game.
As far as the status between you guys'
y'all got
picks.
Didn't we bomb on y'all a couple times?
2 times.
Okay.
Y'all scored twice.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
But y'all scored in the first half,
I'm sorry, I got an update.
Y'all didn't score in the second
Dwayne
half.
has a loss that I skipped over.
Uh-oh.
In the first field, Dwayne picked Outcast as his upset team. So that's actually a loss for him. You. Predators.
They came in here with
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You picked that as your upset.
Are we even on the week?
No, that changed it. That put him up +1. Because everything else, y'all other losses, y'all all got them together. Because he picked Fly By Night and you picked DOA, so he won. But then he picked Georgia Elite and you picked Joe World, so that evened y'all out. And then y'all picked, so he's +1 on the week. On that game, I'll update the overall standings later. And then we will our MVPs for the week. So
Yeah, you're right, Billy. I would have to honestly say, and I only do this because I like Dwayne. I did pick that upset, not Dwayne. That was my loss, not his.
oh,
Because that's why Billy called me as soon as that game was over to let me know that I should have picked the upset. XOXO.
oh, wait a minute, I'll move it around.
What's up, lady?
I'm sorry, I apologize, Dwayne. I knew it was the upset pick, but I thought I had it for some reason. I had it under you, Dwayne. I appreciate Angelo and his honesty. So to wrap up week 1, on field 1, our offensive MVP for the first game was Trayvon Badger. The defensive MVP was Dramico Washington. In the second game, 4-4 offensive MVP was Trey Lewis. Defensive MVP was D'Amico Washington. For the Patriots, third game, offensive MVP was one of their new free agents, Chad Buchanan. Their defensive MVP was Marquise Henderson. Smoke, offensive MVP, Gio Morgan. Defensive MVP was Kerry Gates. Predators, we had James Lewis of offense.
You heard that Gates? He said last time he hear his name called. You hear that Gates?
The defense MVP was Kimani Ryan. The second 2:00 game, we had Smoke. Offensive MVP was Wallace Miles. Defensive was Josh Strickland.
Who made that one-hand snag for them? Was that Wallace? I saw the video of.
I didn't see it.
Somebody posted a video. Somebody went up, made a one-hand snag in there. I know who it was, though.
And then the final game of the day for Predators, offensive MVP was Damian Brown, Dirty. Defensive MVP was Smiley, Motoris Touchdown. Then over at Carver, for our first game, it was Joe Worrell, Delano Rogers offense, St. Crawley defense. Our second game was Mike Navarre offense. The defensive MVP was St. Crawley. Listen, I hate to say it, but it was a good play and it's on film. One of the players from Fly By Night ran up against, and that offensive lineman just smashed him in the crack and bounced him up off the field.
Dang.
And he got up walking away from it. I'm not gonna call him out, but if you guys go look at the tape, you will see. I was like, dang.
He was trying to get that tag
And
number.
it was a legal block, but they linemen just put them in the dirt, and I'm like, man, they need some bigger rushers. Because of course Stewie couldn't rush because he was playing quarterback. So he could. I'm like, man. But the next game, Fly By Night, offensive MVP was Naquan Jeffries. Defensive VP was Reed Sumner. Georgia Elite had the next one with Neil Browning offense, Justin Winfrey's defense. Outsiders had Therese Williams offense, Jared Bates defense in game one. Second game offense was DeAnthony Ball. Jared Bates was again defense. Shockwave, can you pronounce his name?
Yeah, Afalobi. I don't know if it's Laguida or Laguda.
Yeah, he got offense and defensive MVP.
Ole.
And then for the Big Swamp game, Tyrek Moore got offensive MVP, Jakar DeBerry defense, and then to close out, Shockwave, Amos Dotson, offensive MVP, and Charles Olatuniji for the defensive MVP. And that closes out week one. Well, let me give y'all the standings.
Mm-hmm.
So the current standings are as follow. 4-4 is at number one at 6-0. Tied would be Georgia Smoke at 6-0. 4-4 wins that first place. They have a 96-point differential. 96 on their point differential, where Smokes is 39.
Wow.
In third place, we have a tie. Well, no, third place is a solo. It's Shockwave at 5-1. Fourth place, we have a three-way tie between Predators, Georgia Elite, and Fly By Night. In that order.
What's those records?
4-2.
4-2. Okay.
And then in seventh place, 7th, 8th, and 9th, we're all tied at 3-0, with United being 7, Joe World being 8, Georgia Raiders being 9th. In 10th place, tied at 10th and 11th and 12th, we got Rare Form, DOA, and Outsiders in that order, all 2 and 4. In the 13th spot, we have a tie with Swamp, LOZ, Outcast, and Patriots, with Big Swamp being 13th, and LOZ claiming the final playoff spot at 14. But Outcast and Patriots are looking in. What's
those records?
They're all 1-5. So right now, the point differential separates them. LOZ is at a -33. Patriots are at a -49. And Outcasts are at a -76. So, so.
Everybody won at least one game now?
Everybody has at least one game now.
That's good. Nobody got to go over for the season.
No, there's no offers. And like I said, that playoffs, those last spots are still wide open, so.
He said Outcast having the goon squad effect.
So, before we move into next week, I want to stop. We have a special guest that came in today and wanted to talk about something important. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring that guest on. Guest, if you could make your way right here. Oh, I don't have my phone. I thought you were going to talk about.
So he got 2 phones.
All right.
The flip phone, I ain't never seen these.
Dwayne has the filter effect.
She look good to me.
You know,
You don't want to talk?
you know, she has to make a presentation when she's in public. What we talked about
Is
last
this mic live, Dwayne? This mic live right here. I'll move it out so that they don't have to see you.
week? He has a mic over there. You got a mic over there. It'll be a lot easier. Okay. Yeah, we talked about it. But yeah, it'd be good to hear from you directly.
Okay, yeah, because you, we're getting the guest mic'd up.
She look good though. See, over here.
Go ahead, it's on you, XO.
Okay, so the button. The button. The button. The button. It was just working.
Outcast better than Record. We scrimmage them every week. I don't know what's going on with them.
You know, I thought the same thing too,
Rashad
Rashad. I'm not understanding that either. I was expecting at least about 6 to 7 wins out of them this season. So I'm not.
Well, you know, just looking at the scores, I mean, a lot of these games are fairly tight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's going, you know, one scenario versus another change the game. You know, that's why Orlando felt like they should have won. I mean, you said one scenario to change it, right? That's accurate, right? I wasn't
I was
jest.
tuning all the way in, man.
That wasn't in jest. Am I right?
I guess. We should have played.
I mean,
like
you're
we
right,
played
because
second.
if you make that fourth down, it changes the game. I mean, and they have a kicker, so you know, can't say that they can't kick like some of the other teams. So
No, y'all got a good team, man.
I put the blame on me though. I said I should have made a play.
Are you ready?
To take the ball to Amos, try to pitch back. If I make that play, I feel
You
like
ready?
we win.
go ahead.
Being 100%.
Oh, we
No,
were
go
just
ahead.
talking, waiting
yeah,
on
we were
you.
just waiting on you. We was killing time, so it would be no
yeah.
dead space. There you go.
Okay, yeah. No, I just wanted to make everybody aware of, a lot of people are Grady babies. A lot of people, wouldn't be here without Grady. Grady does a lot in the community of Atlanta. And a lot of people don't know this, and I know that you guys mentioned this, that Grady almost shut down at one point, and it was saved. Right. That's the face people get. Healthcare is important, and in our country, healthcare is not free. Hospitals can shut down. There are people who don't get good quality healthcare because they don't have money, they don't have resources. And so basically what Grady is doing is coming up with different ways to fundraise, to make money, to bridge the gap between insured patients, uninsured patients, to try to give everybody the same level of care, whether they have insurance or not. And so Move for Grady is happening April 27th right here in Atlanta, and it's only $45. You can walk, ride, or cycle. Bring your friends, bring your family. It's family friendly. You can volunteer. If you need to sign up or if you need more information, you can contact me. My Google number, so don't text me. And if it's about this, great. This is my number for it. If it's not about this, don't do it. But it's Shauna XO, so 347-927-5276. You can send me your registration money. It's only $45. And even
Repeat
if you
that
register,
number.
347-927-5276. And hit me up only about Grady and the Move for Grady. And if you want to run, okay, only. And so, so I want people to sign up. Even if you sleep in that day, still donate. It's healthcare.
And do we know why Grady almost shut down? What happened?
I don't know the whole story, but in a nutshell, funds. Yeah, and there was 3 founders who saved Grady. So yeah, funds are serious. I know people think like, Grady is not like a private hospital, so they don't have like all this private funds coming in. They do rely on a lot of different funding. And there's a lot of people that go to Grady that, can't necessarily get care. Like if Grady weren't there, buses aren't taking, MARTAs aren't taking people necessarily to Alpharetta and everywhere else to get health care. There would be a lot of suffering people.
And Grady is the only level 4 trauma center, correct?
Most people don't know that, yes,
Yeah.
which is,
Atlanta Medical Center was the other, but they shut down.
shut down. Hospitals shut down, people. They shut down. And you have hospitals that they will shut down in certain communities.
Absolutely.
And transition to other communities where those communities they left from, those people can't necessarily access them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like hospitals shut down. Like people don't think Walmart shut down, but find me a Walmart in the inner city now, right? Like, so hospitals shut down, and it's not free. It's not free, and Grady needs help. So I'm hoping, if y'all could pay $45 to register for football, $60 to register for football to run around, why not pay that same $45 to run around? Right, the same money, same running around, but you're saving lives, and it's for a good cause. And yeah,
And a lot of y'all are Grady babies.
y'all are Grady babies.
Yeah.
Even though y'all don't want to admit it, some people don't want to admit it, but y'all Grady babies. So yeah.
Well, thank you guys. I posted that information and the number in the chat. If you'd like to support and participate, you can contact Shauna XO via the chat, and definitely do that. It's a good cause.
Yeah, and if you want to get a hold of me through the chat, James just put my number or my IG, Flag Football Podcast. DM me about Grady only. If you want to get a hold of me about on Facebook, it's what is it, Shauna Flag Football? Yeah, so you can DM me about Grady only, and I'll respond to you about Grady only. Thank you.
You can do a post if you can, Shauna, and tag Uptown to it, or do a collaboration so I can put it on our Uptown page too.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's so cool. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
About Grady only. Emphasis on
Only. That's right. Okay. She's a married woman now. That's what's up. Good stuff, Shauna.
I don't know who King Leo is, but no.
Yeah, you saw he called out Orlando, didn't you?
Well, no, he talked about that lineman was 300 plus pounds. Oh, you right, he was. It was a big lineman. It was a Goliath on a David on that hit that I was talking about.
When you in Russia, you got to know what you're dealing with.
But
yeah, now, Orlando almost got the ball from him though. Mark, yeah, that was a good little tussle.
It was closer to Mark than it was.
Oh,
to me.
yeah, that was what you were talking about earlier. You should have got that ball.
I tried.
Yeah. You almost had it now.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else, you might have got it.
Yeah, that's a strong joke. But he didn't just get it easy though.
Y'all had a battle all the way down. That was a good one.
He ran from it though. After he did that little hole in the jungle, he was talking to trash. He ran out the game.
Nah, he got pulled out though.
I don't care. I ain't see all that.
He ain't run.
I know.
Mark ain't gonna run.
He didn't even touch me.
So, Vegas was off last week, but they came back this week, and they sent the odds for this week's game. So
yeah. Let's talk about it.
Let's get into the Vegas lineup.
Let's get into it.
So, opening up at McNair this Sunday on Easter Sunday, we have the Patriots at Shockwave. Patriots.
He said drunk. Vegas was drunk too, Billy.
Shockwave has predicted. Vegas has predicted Patriots to take this game by 1. What do you have to say about that one, Angelo?
That would be a historical moment. That's what I have to say about it.
Using the
Shockwave going 2-0. Patriots going 2-0 this weekend.
That the Patriots have, and they feel like maybe that they could make a difference. I think
they're catching that old team everybody talk about at 9 a.m. in the morning. That's what the assumption is, And we probably will be missing folk at 9 o'clock in the morning. But I got enough new youngsters that they anxious to play. They'll be there.
Okay.
I might be a little late because it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
So with that being said,
it's 9 a.m. man. I don't get home about 5. Shucks.
Dwayne, we'll give you your pick on that one first. No, I mean, who you picking? Patriots or Shockwave? Okay.
Or two.
Angelo?
Boy, I'm a holler. He throw a pick.
Who
that
you
game.
picking? Angelo?
Oh man, come on, man.
You can go ahead.
Yeah, we gonna go with the wave.
Vegas.
We're gonna go with the wave. No, I ain't taking Vegas. Yeah, we're gonna go with the wave on this one.
Okay.
I don't think Brady be on a winning field against us since he played with Wolfpack.
We have Georgia Smoke at Georgia Elite. Vegas gives Georgia Elite the win.
That's gonna be
by
a good
2.
game.
Yeah, it should be a good.
Smoking the lead, huh?
Uh-huh. Low.
All right, lady.
I mean, Dwayne, what we
Okay.
got?
Smoking the league.
Uh-huh.
Smoke undefeated too.
They
Smoke
are.
is undefeated. Elite got 2 losses.
They're 4-2. Smoke is
4-2.
6-0. Elite is 4-2.
Vegas.
What Vegas got on that?
Vegas got Georgia Elite by 2.
You gonna reveal who Vegas is at the end of the season?
No, that's not an option. We're gonna take Smoke, okay? Angelo, are we going for the tie? Are we going for the upset?
I'm going for the upset, man. We can't pick the same games.
I would rather he pick first.
He picks first at Carver. Okay.
I'm going with Georgia Elite for
Okay. So
because I don't believe Georgia Elite think it's an upset. I like Georgia Elite.
The next game we got Georgia Elite at Patriots. Vegas got Patriots by 3. Dwayne, you got Georgia Elite. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to that same thing. 1.
And the Patriots got 1 win. Okay. All right. So for our next game, we have DOA at Smoke. Vegas got Smoke by 8. Dwayne, what you got? You got Smoke. Angelo.
Yeah, I got Smoke too.
Okay. All right. Next game we got the Big Swamp Bucks at 404 Outlaws. Vegas got 404 by 12. Dwayne, what do you have?
You're on Vegas by 12.
Angelo.
Yeah, I'm going 4-4 for sure. But I think it's gonna be a decent game.
Okay.
Swamp Bucks got a lot of athletes out there.
The next game we got LOZ at DOA. Vegas got DOA by 14.
God dog.
Dwayne, what do you have? DOA. Low.
Yeah, I'm about to go with DOA too.
Okay. The next game we got 404 at Outsiders. Vegas got 404 by 7.
He said by 47.
47.
He said about 47. Dang.
Low.
Yeah, 4-4 with the W.
Okay.
We're gonna get to see if Outsiders gain some confidence from going 2-0 last week.
Okay. And for the last game at McNair, we have Outsiders at LOZ. Vegas has Outsiders by 5.
Oh wow, that might be a good game.
Dwayne, what do you have? LOZ is 1-5.
1-5 versus 2-4. That's why I said 2-4. They won 2. They won both games.
Yeah, they won both of their games.
Yeah, they knocked off.
Dwayne, you're taking Outsiders?
Dang.
You want to pick LZ?
I don't know if I picked. I tried picking LZ a couple times last year, and they kept letting me down, man.
They down a few players this season.
LZ is.
Yeah, they lost a few players to other teams, man.
Yeah, dang. That'd be the game to mess around and win. So I'm still trailing Dwayne?
Yes. You made the wrong choice. You were first.
See, it's the night I need John to tell me what's up. Where Avery at? Avery usually give me the inside, man. Avery not in here.
While he's debating, Billy, you've been called out about 100 push-ups. Orlando has called you out for 100 push-ups on this week's game, and asking if you want to bet. Or Rashad, you can accept that bet as well on behalf of
Billy
the
said he's
team.
not gonna be there, so he probably won't take the bet. He ain't gonna be there. But Rashad now, that's a different story. So you don't care where they come from, huh, Orlando?
You know what? He
just
says
willing
it
to
doesn't
bet.
matter if anybody on Predators want to take that bet. It's an open
There
bet.
was a lot of back and forth right there.
First come, first serve.
Early
Really?
season, I remember that. I wrote that down in my book. So I opened it, I was like, oh, yeah.
Okay. I like it.
So
He
please respond to the post if you want to take that bet, Predators.
Let me go back to the stream.
I'm gonna have to go with outsiders, right?
Okay.
We talking about?
We're going with the outsiders. Okay. All righty. So for at Carver,
He said, no, they ain't losing.
we have, let's get those games ready. We'll open up the day with Outcast at Big Swamp Bucks. Vegas has
So Swamp Bucks got the two fields too this week, huh?
Swamp Bucks
That's interesting.
by 7. Low, what do you have?
Swamp Bucks versus who again?
Swamp Bucks versus Outcast.
Outcast. I'm gonna go with the Swamp Bucks.
This is technically Swamp Buck's first game, too, right?
Of the day? Yes.
I'm gonna go Swamp Bucks.
Okay, Dwayne's going with Swamp Bucks.
But go with him, man.
I'm gonna go with Outcast.
There you go.
Dwayne has changed his bet. He is
Yeah.
going with
We gotta split this thing up.
ATL Outcast for the win, for the upset. All right. The next game is Joe World at Outcast. Vegas has Outcast by 4. Angelo,
I gotta go with Joe World. Ooh, he rejected that.
Dwayne.
They ain't gonna win too.
Okay. The next game we have.
This is a big game for Outcast. This is a big week for Outcast, man.
The next game is the game of the week on Easter Sunday. We have Shockwave at Fly By Night.
At the game of the week.
That is the game of the
Okay,
week.
then.
Vegas has Fly By Night by 3.
Okay then. Fly by night.
Angelo,
They gonna run their new plays on us too.
they running new plays on you.
Yeah, I like Shockwave in this one.
You like Shockwave in this?
Yeah, I like Shockwave in
Okay,
this one.
Dwayne. Shockwave by 14.
Ted, put some push-ups on it, man.
Ted, if you hear that,
Oh, this is a Ted's call out game.
Dwayne
Oh, that's right. This is a Ted's
says
call out
that
game.
he's gonna beat you by 14.
Oh,
Please
snap.
respond to that.
I gotta make sure I put that in the chat. Ted's called us out last week.
Ted's called you out.
Yeah, he did.
The next game.
Ted, you gonna put some push-ups on this game? I want to see if Ted got 100 push-ups in him.
Let's see.
See if Ted got 100 push-ups in him.
I want to see you got 100 push-ups in you.
Hopefully I don't never been in a situation to show you.
We meet up in the
Right.
club. I want 200 on that thing.
200, huh?
Yes, sir. I got to have it.
Ooh-wee.
I ain't
Is
scared.
that Ted's response?
He said $100. He don't want to do no push-ups.
Man, I ain't taking no money, man. That's too much pressure, brother. I told you I ain't bet no money with nobody.
Well, he hasn't responded yet, but he hasn't to the end of the show to take that. So
Now, I got some teammates that'll probably take that, Ted, but I don't do the money thing, man. Junk gets too personal.
Right.
Some people.
So yeah, some people, you know what I mean. I gotta know you, man, because I ain't got time for all that. Cause I'm the type of person, man. You lose a bet, man. I really want my money.
Listen.
You know what I mean?
It can get really real.
Yeah. I really want my money,
It's
man.
funny
I
because
don't want to talk about it. I really want my money, man.
Somebody came to me and said that they had made a bet with somebody, and they won it, and the other person didn't pay.
So what I'm saying.
But then they turned around and bet again, and the other person won, but they bet the same amount. But now the other person acting all stupid. Because they were like, well, wait a minute. We bet the same amount, and you were so that's the same money you owe me.
I
Keep
say
it.
bet them again.
No,
Right.
it's over. Once you don't pay me, bro, it's over.
Yeah,
You ain't no more.
Yeah, man.
You gotta do something crazy.
Ted said that they need jerseys, so he's trying to get your money to buy them new jerseys.
Well, you know he got the money.
But if he lose, then what you gonna do? Then you gonna put your team back.
He gonna use that jersey
gonna
money
dig a
they
hole.
already got. He gonna come back out in them great t-shirts.
Hey man, if you contribute that 100 towards some jerseys, bro, that go a long way.
So the next game we got on the schedule is Fly By Night versus Predators. Vegas has Fly By Night by 2. Angelo, what say ye?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go with Predators, man.
So you saying Fly By Night is going on 2 this week?
I mean, you know.
Dwayne? Fly By Night at Predators. After y'all. Okay. So you heard that, Tez. They said y'all are going 0-2 this week. 4-2? The next game we have Georgia Raiders at Joe World. Vegas got Joe World by 6. Angelo, what you got?
I got Joe World by 6.
Dwayne? Raiders. Okay.
Playing it safe, ain't he?
The next game we got
That's why I said Predators, Billy.
the next game we got Predators at United.
Oh.
Vegas has Predators by 1. Angelo, what say ye?
Orlando, talk to me, man. This y'all game?
Bro, we come with the same energy we had against y'all in the second half. That's all I'm gonna say to you. You understand?
All right, Billy. I got you the first game. I'm going with United this second game.
Oh.
Orlando said they gonna handle business, man.
Okay, Dwayne.
Leo said he need 50 push-ups from Dwayne and Angelo each. I mean, you gotta give them up the same now. If that's what you're saying. We own Leo. Talk to me.
Predators record is
4-2, right?
4-2. And United is 3-3.
Billy said they ain't trying new plays. They coming for the assault. Billy said they coming to assault.
Damn, bro, you put me because this could really catch you up. I want to pick y'all. I really do. I think y'all gonna win this.
Pick who you gonna pick?
But I'm trying to widen my.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm just gonna take it out on when we see y'all again. That's all.
Split it. If I split it and they do beat y'all, I go up like extra.
So Leo, why he debating? So if you want 50 from me and 50 from Dwayne, that mean you doing the 100? I mean, talk to me, cause that's 100. So that mean you gonna do the 100 yourself.
Yeah.
I just want clarification now.
Well, before that, I need
Type it in so we be on the same page.
Of who is King Leo? Which one of the fly-by-night players is that?
I don't know.
Identify yourself, sir.
I don't think I've seen him play
He
yet.
said,
so
of course, but I need to know who that is.
say no more.
But who is it? 'Cause
What
you betting
position?
the ghost
What
right
position
now.
you play, man? That what he's saying.
No, I want to know who it is. Is
Oh.
that Tez? Is that Quan? Is it Stewie? Who is it?
I don't think Stewie talk like that.
Who wear form black men?
He said, "Stop
I'm not.
playing,
I
James."
don't know who that is. Which player are you? You say Rare Form?
Okay. So
Oh, they
that's
up
Tez.
next. Okay,
We ain't
that's
got to
Tez.
get-
Okay, so that's Tez. All right. I didn't know if it was you or Quan, Tez.
No,
No.
but it don't
We
work
can't
that
skip
way.
games.
No,
Boy need extra time.
no, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
This is
Hey, he
his
gonna be
round
hollering
to
for a
pick
lifeline
first.
next, ain't he?
You got to pick. We can't move on.
I don't want to pick based off. Y'all say I can't pick the spring. So, you fooled me last time, Justin Orlando.
When we fool you?
Came in the studio, man.
Oh. We lost that game, but bro, that was a close game too.
So,
What said we?
I got United, man. Fuck it. That's who I want to pick. I do.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all had us going 0-2 last week. Y'all was on the dot.
Stop.
Told you 50 ain't playing with these people.
50 terrible, man. 50 got
I
no
love
dog.
50. I can't wait to see what he did.
50 got no filter, man.
None.
I love 50, boy.
So Big Ted got the bet. Big Ted doing 100 push-ups in the field. Oh, me and you 50 apiece, Dwayne.
Okay. But we need Dwayne's pick. Predators or United?
He picked United.
Okay. All right. So now we got
Who is running?
Rare Form
Lyman Ronnie.
at
Old school.
Georgia Raiders. Vegas got Rare Form by 9.
Dude with the red on.
Angelo, what say ye?
Oh, wait. Say, what was the game again?
We got Rare Form at you Raiders, and Raiders. Vegas has Raiders by 9.
Hey, by 9. Rare Form at the Raiders. So, now give me Raider. What's the Raiders and Rare Form records? They both tied.
Raiders are. I don't know if they tied. Raiders are. Where is Raiders at? Raiders, Carolina, United, Joe World. Okay. Raiders are 3-3.
Okay.
And Rare Form is 2-4.
Hey, for real?
Yes. This is the 1 game separation.
So, are you gonna pick opposite of me this game or what? All right. I'm going Rare Form.
Okay. All right. And then to close out the day, we have United at Rare Form.
Those 2 teams we played last week, right? United versus Rare Form. That's interesting, man, because both of y'all games are so similar.
You know, what you say, Orlando? Why they disrespecting you like that?
Nah, he trying to call me out on the whole. You know what I mean? When he tried to make it seem like he put me out the club, nah, he held me. That's what threw me off balance when to get there.
All right, so United went 0-2 last week, so they'll go 2-0 this week. So I'm going United.
Oh, shoot, boy. Hey, I like it. Angelo predicted it right last week. So I'm going with him. I don't really care what Dwayne say. Oh, shit.
That's going to be a good game,
So
though.
you both picking United?
That's going to probably come down to the extra point.
I hope not.
It's going to be a good game.
United has a kicker. Well, no, they both.
We got two kickers. We got two kickers.
But Red Form has a kicker, Corderic. So okay.
I don't know who that is.
But he's been making some of his kicks.
I already talked to Red Form though.
Let me save this. Okay. So,
So y'all sure y'all gonna beat Fly by Night? Hey, Tez, I put that 100 up on Shotwave. What you got?
Tez?
My phone dead, so I can't put it in the chat. Just post it. Let me know if it's a bet or not.
What you bet?
That 100 he want for them jerseys.
Okay.
Tell them all that. Tell them shit. Hell, I got $25.
Now he said 100.
I don't gamble, man.
I ain't gonna lie to
Now
you.
they got some athletes, Ronnie. They do.
And I don't play every time.
I gamble.
See what Orlando didn't discuss was on that last play, James.
Mm-hmm.
What they really missed was they should have went back to the center. The center was the one that was
He
doing
wide
damage. Hey, should have went to the center. Now they would.
That's what I think though. The rush came right.
The rush
up the
came.
middle.
The rush came
I don't think
hard.
he
On that last
but
play,
I think he
Kurt
came
was wide
up the
open
middle.
too,
But
though.
we had a defensive breakdown, and the person supposed to have the center didn't pick him up, and that left the center wide open.
But I think I want to say
I was
that
looking
rush
at Kurt,
came right
bro.
up the
Kurt
middle
was
though.
booty butt
and I don't
naked.
think he had a chance to get there. Trying to see if I
If
can
he made a good throw, we still catch the ball right there. I think we in the end zone.
see Big Swamp. I ain't in.
Shit over there. Yeah.
Yeah, Sheen was doing
Y'all
that.
got all the way down the field with the center.
Yeah, Sheen was doing
Y'all,
that.
y'all hit the center the whole
I
time.
thought we scored when he caught the ball and pitched it to a lineman, bro. I was
Okay,
like,
here
ooh.
we go. I got that game right here. I'm gonna pull it up. But I think on that last play, the rush came up the middle.
Oh, it definitely did. Yeah, Ronnie, you already got some athletes out there. Good receiving core.
So, he asked at the end of the game. He asked Amos, "So what advice you got for them?" Amos was like,
Play hard.
I ain't got nothing for them. Play harder.
Play harder. I respect that.
Yeah, watch the center.
See, the rush came dead at him.
Yeah.
So he had to get it. Yeah, it wasn't even, and that's why I said
He had to get rid of it.
you had to get rid of it. That's why I said he needed that extra lineman, especially if he was going to try to do that.
But we definitely talked about that well before we got to that position.
I don't need this. And see, Sheen is the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that Sheen ain't sitting. He going out of the pass.
Every play.
So therefore, you needed the extra rusher right there because Sheen vacated the spot that the
You mean
rusher
extra
came
blocker.
from. And that's what
Right.
the extra blocker would have been able to slow him down. I ain't saying go stop him, but he could have slowed him down and brought him another second or two.
Right.
Yep, that's what I saw. So
That's what that timeout was called for.
to tell him that rusher the center vacating.
Hey, pressure right up the middle. Don't you dare slow down.
Okay. Well, I was trying to confirm, but I'll wait. I can't get in touch with him, but we will be having, since it is Easter Sunday, we will be having a little, fun Easter egg hunt for the kids. So if you bring your kids out like you normally do, we're going to be doing it at at Carver. We're going to be doing a little Easter
I
egg
wouldn't
hunt.
dare bring my kids out there around that before.
So, I guess some people don't have babysitters or they just
no
want to be
choice.
with them. Some kids want to watch their parents play. And, we got quite a good group of kids. I mean, a nice size amount of kids out there.
They be out there.
So we're going to do a little Easter egg hunt for them this
That'd be
Sunday.
Petey said that last night too, man. Petey said, man, he should do an Easter egg hunt for the kids out there.
Well, we
He
will.
just said it last night.
And so it'll be at Carver, and we'll have a little and we'll have a little prize for the the kid that find the most eggs. We'll probably have some golden eggs with some special prizes in them and all of that. So
That's dope.
Be looking for that on Sunday at Carver High School. Before y'all already ask why we not doing it at McNair, because I can't be in two places at once, and that's the answer to that right off the bat.
Simple answer.
Sorry, but I'll let y'all know what time we could do it. So if you ain't got a game, it's 10 minutes apart. You can bring your kids over for that and then go back. Also, on Saturday, if you're not doing anything, come on out to McNair for our March Mayhem. 707 co-ed draft tournament. That's going to take place at McNair, starting at 10 a.m. So that it'll be from 10 to 4:30. So come check that out if you ain't got nothing going on. Or they're typically fun games. People normally enjoy those. So come check that out on Saturday.
That free agent squad gonna be out there?
Who?
That free agent squad you had.
What you mean?
That free agent squad you showed us last week. And then for that tournament?
Oh. So no, that was really not a real team.
I know it.
That was a team just to cause some chaos with the other captains, and that's exactly what it did.
Right?
But I will be playing, but I'm not. I got drafted, so I'll be playing. I won't have a team myself.
So you gonna show out?
I'm going to do what I can at whatever position that I'm put out there at. It's not my team. So I'm just a role player. So don't be arguing and hollering at me because I'm a player. I don't control nothing. It'll be in charge while I'm playing. So, and then So, and then after that, of course, we closing in on the last game of the season. Oh, update. We gonna put that. I put the playoff schedule out and the locations out. We got to put that on pause. I was out at Wade Walker today, and the man said that somebody else had booked the field and he didn't realize it till today. So, yeah. So he's working to see if they can move them. And in the meantime, I'm looking for an alternate location for to have the games together.
Okay.
So I just want to put that out there right now. Sorry about that, but I put it out when I got the okay. But of course, I got a different okay today. And then I think that was. Did I miss anything about? Oh, McNair High School players. Also, I was at McNair yesterday, and I was informed that they've been finding alcohol bottles on the field. This past Sunday, more specifically, somebody left some bottle of Jack Daniels out there, as well as some backwoods. So I have to implore you, please do not smoke and drink at the field. Just because you don't see me over there don't mean that it's a green light. I think at this point I've given as many warnings as I can. If I see it, you're going to be suspended. Period, point blank.
So if I smoke a Black and Mild, I'll be suspended?
The rules say you cannot smoke or drink on school property. That is the school rule. It's my rule, but it's come from the school.
I'm trying to make sure I clarify.
Just because we don't see it, most people always leave their residue behind. And I generally clean up behind people. I've caught people at Carver doing the same thing. And so I want you to understand this is not a park. This is not a tournament. Sometimes I see that stuff going on at the tournaments that we have in the parks. And, I tend to overlook it because the parks overlook it, but the schools don't. And so if you have guests and your guests are smoking weed on your sidelines and they're drinking, that is your responsibility. If you or your teammates aren't telling them to stop and I see it, that's on you. That's your team. You're responsible for the people that you bring to the field. Because again, my bad don't fix it when they tell us we can't come back and we don't have a field. And if we lose a field, if you or your team cause us to lose the field, you or your team will need to find somewhere else to play the next season. And that's just what it is. We work hard, And
y'all know there's nowhere else to play at.
And it's so funny because I was talking to, your player that just, he found fields for the league. And when he told me, I said, oh, that's interesting because, they told me that I submitted my application 43 days in advance and the requirement was 45. So they told me no. But of course, you went within a short period of time and got it. And then he was like, I was like, what did they tell you about security? And he was like, oh, it's such and such. We didn't have to. I said, yeah, they told me it was a minimum of 2 officers at $50 an hour. I said, so, when people don't want you, they make sure that they let you know they don't want you by pricing you out the league.
That's right.
Or telling you missed one thing and you can't do it. Because, realistically, there's no difference between 45 and 43 unless they don't want you.
That's facts.
So yeah, I work hard to make sure that we have fields and places to stay and getting back to the city, and we can't afford to lose it behind people that don't want to follow the rules.
Hey, big thing, fellas. I just want to say, man, let's make sure we pick up our trash behind our team, man. This dude been out here after we had the last game, I think 2 weeks in a row. This man been out here picking up trash after everybody left.
And the crazy thing, I put the trash cans out there, but I'll see bottles 5 feet from the trash can. And it's like, go put it in there.
Bad.
And I have to do it because if I don't, then we ended up losing the field, you know? And they waiting. The opening week at McNair, I went out there Saturday night, and the field was a disaster. And I took pictures, and I sent them to the AD and say, hey, listen, this field is trashy. The garbage is all over the place. So I want you to know we're not cleaning this up. We didn't do this. So, and then the very next day on Monday morning, they had him in the office saying, this is what your people did to the field. And he was like, nah, this is what y'all did to the field because he got pictures. And had I not went out there and took those pictures, that would have been on us.
100%.
And, you know, sometimes I try to trust that the teams are going to do what they're supposed to do, and I may not go back out. I didn't go last week. I was tired. And what happened? I didn't go? Alcohol bottles left all over the field. Don't take an alcohol bottle and sit it on a pile of trash and walk away and be like, well, I threw it away. But you threw it away in plain sight for the school to see it when it's not supposed to be there. That was one of the reasons why the women couldn't go back to Lithia Springs, amongst a couple other things, but those were issues. You know, that's why I be happy that we can't have fans in the stand, because a lot of times fans do it.
Sure.
It be the fans, but it also be the teams for not holding their fans accountable. So yeah, that's all I got as we go into the closeout of the season. All-Star voting will open up at the next at the beginning, sometime next week after this week. The voting for the All-Star will open up. You know, the All-Star is composed of the weekly MVPs along with the player votes. And remember, you can't vote for your teammates. To make sure that we're getting true all-stars out there, not just favoritisms. If you don't know, make sure you look this weekend to catch a player's number or jersey. If you can't get their nickname or name, try your best so that we can have that in place.
Have all teams submitted their rookies?
No, we haven't opened any of that up yet. That comes out when we do the awards part. That's the captains will do that. We'll send you an email with those requests. And all those ballots will come out. We're going to be hosting the Skills Challenge again at the All-Star Games. So, you know, we're looking forward to teams to sign up and participate in that. Of course, you know, the winning team receives $100 off their registration fees. So we encourage teams to highly participate in those fun competitions and things like that.
It was lit last time. Lit last time.
Yeah, I mean, we try to make it have fun, you know. And then the awards ceremony will be the Saturday before the All-Star game. So it'll be, the All-Star game is the 28th. The awards ceremony will be on the 27th. Of course, we all know it's going to be at Hudson and all that good stuff. Yeah.
And Tez Hardy want to know what round you got drafted in.
Say it again.
Quintez said, what round did James get drafted?
Oh, I get drafted at the end every time I play because I don't care. I always tell people I'm there just for the experience. I was really only there because I wasn't going to play this time, but we needed, you know, an extra person. So.
All right. Orlando, you got anything else, brother?
Did Tez set that bet?
He ain't responded on here.
Mm-hmm. Just check.
Oh, outside of football, if anybody invested, remember back when Dogecoin was doing all of that? Mm-hmm. If you haven't paying attention, Dogecoin is on the rise because it had went down to like 2 cents.
That means it's too late to get in, man.
It's up to 21 cents now.
It's too late to get in.
It's not too late to get in.
It's 21 cents, it ain't.
It's 21 cents.
Watch, when everybody start buying, it's going to go back down.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I never sold. I made money off the first time, but I left money.
I sold mine.
I left 10,000 units in there. And so, but I had already made my money back and way more.
Oh, I made like what 2,000 or 3,000 off of that.
Oh, I made.
But I sold mine.
Yeah,
I was like, no, I ain't losing no more, bro.
Oh, but I didn't lose anything. I made quite a bit off of it. Because
I
like I
lost
said,
some of what I made.
I took immediately when I got to what I made, I took that out. And then I started riding their money. And then, of course, I didn't sell when it reached up to 80 cents, but I sold before it got back down to the low.
That's smart. I should have took
And
out my
so,
profit.
but then I left. I said, I'm going to leave this in there because, again, this day money, not mine. And now, I got some good money there. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to get in, it's still not too late. 21 cents ain't that, much.
I
But
didn't think about that, taking money.
catch it. Another one that I would recommend is Sheba. And only because Sheba is so low right now. Sheba is not even a penny. But, if Sheba, I got so much Sheba at this rate that they could get to 3 cents and I'll be at 10 bands. You know what I'm saying? So that's the time to get into these. You can spend $20 and get hundreds of thousands of units. And that's how the people that made it rich off of Bitcoin made it rich.
Absolutely.
They got it when it was at this low. And you don't invest in it to make a turn of profit now. It's going to take years. But when it go up, you can make some.
Yeah, I've been sitting on my Sheba for a minute. See, I've been sitting on my Sheba.
Oh, you got some too?
I sold my Sheba too. Me too. I
Yeah.
mean, got to find that.
When he just said that, I looked at my Doge. I was like, oh, damn, I ain't even paid him no money.
Yeah, I got
That's what you got to do. You just get.
I got
you can't look at it, bro.
250,000 units of Sheba. I'm I don't even care if I lose it because
Ted
the money
right
I
there.
spent, I can spend that at dinner.
Team 100 apiece. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I was hoping you understand. I ain't know what it meant either. Didn't quite catch that one, Ted.
God,
We said something in the captain's group. Oh. So yeah.
Once again, DM me about Grady. And Grady only.
Yeah, I got the Sheba
So-
new and I got the Ethereum still.
I never did the Ethereum.
Yeah, it
it
started
jumped
going up again.
Yeah.
Exo, did you ever get rid of that Sheba that I made y'all buy when we went on the ski trip? I mean, not the Sheba, but the Dogecoin.
Everything's still sitting under me.
It's back up.
Well, good, 'cause I need all my $1,000 I lost. I lost a lot of money. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Doji, all of that you told me to put in.
Wait a minute, with Doji now, you lost what they made, not what you put in, right?
I was never taking my money out is my issue.
Oh.
I just kept putting money in
Uh-huh.
because the numbers look good on my phone.
Uh-huh.
But I was taking my
But you never took out what you put in.
I never put it down.
Yeah.
But
See.
I just felt like it was like a bank account. The last step.
Now I had one friend.
Look at Solana too.
I was
James.
a little irritated with them because this was the first time I ever got
My
into the
Solana
stock
been- my Solana
market
been
when
going
this
up.
came out because somebody told me about it. And so I followed my friend who told me about it. And I remember we drove from Savannah. We was in Savannah and we drove back to Atlanta. And by the time we got from Savannah to Atlanta, we had made like $8,000 because it was going up like that. But I didn't monitor it every day. And they did. And they cashed out and didn't say anything. And I didn't know. And then after it crashed, they cashed out and told me they had made $100,000. And I'm like, well, why you didn't tell me?
You gotta pay attention.
And so I was like, man, but lesson learned, it's my fault, but I still made, I said I made my money. But when you get into these penny stocks, it's for the long haul. It's not for here and now. Oh, dang, I keep coming up with things. This is my last thing, I promise y'all. This is a word of advice about loaning money. 2 things you have to think about when someone asks to borrow money from you. Number 1, the first and most important thing is if you can't afford to not be paid back, then you can't afford to loan out that money. If you're gonna lose a friend over the amount of money that's borrowed, don't loan it out. If
What
they
if
can't
it's
pay it
family,
back.
though?
Don't even matter. If you cannot afford, because see what you should not be doing, Angelo, I need that $400 back because I got to pay my rent. Well, you should have never loaned it out in the first place because you couldn't afford to loan it out. The second thing is look at the person that's asking and look at the history of what you know about of how they manage money. If it's somebody that's always struggling, always borrowing, always are without, then chances are you're not gonna get that money back. So you got to think about those and stop placing all the blame on the person who didn't return it. When I used to work for when I was doing my bachelor's degree, I worked at the Salvation Army, and I was in charge of approving people that came in for rental assistance and for their bills. One of the things we were required to do is find out, well, what are you going to do next month? Because if I give you this money this month, how are you going to pay your bills the next month?
Right.
And if they couldn't justify how they was going to pay the bill the next month, we wouldn't give it to them because it's like we're wasting money where somebody else might could need it. Because we run out of money every month. You get replenished. And so you got to have so look at the person that's asking to borrow that money and look at the situation. And, you know, if I know you always broke when we go out and I know you always borrowing and you ain't never got no gas money and, you know, you sitting at the restaurant drinking water because you can't afford.
Apply though.
You know. No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I ain't got it.
Look, I'm gonna tell you a scenario I was in. My granddad, who's been my father figure, that AC unit went out, right? Mm-hmm. Or heating unit, all that went out. It was $7 to fix it. He called me. He said, "Hey, look, they need $7 to fix it. Can you help?" I said, "All right, just put me in the wheel for them $7." Mm-hmm. I don't expect for you to pay me back, you know.
And like I said, you got to think if you can afford not to get paid back.
That's love. That's not loan. That's
you know what I'm saying, and it's family.
If it weren't for him, I
don't look at family like that.
That's love. That's
but
different
again,
ball game.
you still look at depending on which family it is. If it's your cousin, your brother, and sister, you already know. But don't let money be the reason that you ain't friends with somebody some more. Because the same way they didn't pay it back. Right? Yeah. You were the one that gave it to them, knowing their situation.
I don't even expect for them to pay me.
And for the people that do borrow money, just answer me this one question. How is that money fresh when we give it to you, but it's funky when we want it back?
Or little.
It's funky.
It's funky. Yeah, funky or little.
Man, money will get an odor so quick when it's time to pay it back.
Yeah, that's facts.
But that's all I got today.
When Ted said XRP.
XRP? Man, Ted be up here speaking in code. Man,
I thought we were about the same man. What are you talking about?
That's another stock.
Oh, okay. Stop. Oh, yeah. I thought he was talking about football. I don't know that.
I was like, man, I ain't hip to the lingo, boy. I need to know.
Yes.
So he said XRP, and what you said again?
Yeah, XRP. That wouldn't be on one of them penny stock. That's gonna be when you do through Fidelity or something like that.
Yeah, see, I ain't wasting that kind of money.
You say wasting, but like I gotta.
I mean, I ain't saying wasting, but I ain't ready to put up that kind of money.
I got an account with Ally, right? Ally Bank. Like you can put money in, they'll invest some stuff for you. Mm-hmm. I go and I look, they invest my money in, and I go buy it on my own. Once I see it's winning, I'm like, okay, they know something.
What you look for, like XRP, you got a lot of them where you into the other stocks where you get the, you look into the companies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you got stocks where you can get, you don't buy into that one company. Mm-hmm. They got the other ones where you can buy into like 4 or 5 of them into one. You know what I mean? So you get the benefit of all of them as opposed to just one. You know what I mean? You don't, when you go into the big stuff. Yeah.
And another thing you got to watch out.
Because you get some of them, man, they be having.
The ones that intentionally drop down so they can split. Mm-hmm. And then they can split and take your money because it ain't enough to give it to you. Illegal. And then it all of a sudden go back up.
You said no. Bro, I'm starting to get my.
Well, I'm not gonna say it's not illegal, but they do it. It happened to me 3 times.
That's good stuff right there, man. A little finance too. I like it. You can do everything on ATL Flat Ball Podcast. Good stuff, man. All right, you good, James?
I'm good.
Good, Orlando? Hey, man, week 4 coming up Sunday, Easter Sunday. You know, hey man, go to sunrise service, man. All the folks, upset about playing on Easter, because y'all know good and well at church it's gonna be Easter plays. You know, what I mean? You just seen that same Easter play over and over again. You know, what I mean? Well, let Mama say you got to come. Then it is what it is.
Wait a minute.
In the front of
I told my son the captain chat that CME religion, man. So go to church on Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter. It was called the CME religion.
Hey, you gotta pop out on them days,
That
Easter soup, boy. I know you had Easter soup.
Game of the week, Leo. That's what it is, brother. Game of the week, man.
Parents, please stop being ghetto at your children's parties.
Yeah, that's retarded. and they can say that, right? That's just retarded. Poor kids. You got a chance. Yeah, Ted, we'll see you out there, man. Game of the week. Fly by night, shot wave. I love it. Let's make it happen. Got push-ups on the line. And with that being said, man, ATL for Life Football Podcast. And we out.
Bad bitch in the